What is up, Cornucopias universe? I'm your host, Jake, and I'm here to bring you guys another Copi Cafe recap over Copi Cafe number 121. Stay with me. This episode starts off with a special guest, the game director, David, who is always one of my favorite people to hear from. He comes on to talk about a meeting that the team had, talking about all the things they're working on for Alpha and things to come. Next up in the meeting was Joe, and he talks about the development of Esperanza. Esperanza is 3 8x8 kilometer domes that are more desert. They're similar to what you'll find in New Mexico, Nevada, or Southern California. You see a lot of structures such as buttes, plateaus, mesas, and you see different styles of erosion. Come March, the team should be working on the towns, and right now they're working on the town hub. All the land plots are hand-placed and curated. Now remember, most of this stuff is hand-built, so there's a lot of work that the team is putting into each one of these, and there's a lot of work left to be done. Next up was Catherine, who gives an update on Glimpse of Esperanza. This is an extension of the pavilion, and it's similar to Glimpse of Solace, but it's going to be much bigger, and it gives you a taste of what to expect in Esperanza. There's a good chance this will be in the next release, so stay tuned. Catherine came on to talk about animals with the team and all the developments that are going into them to make them pop. She showed the team, which we got to see as well, pictures of the bear, the quantum bear, the deer, coyote, mountain lion, wolf, and fox, and the team also got to see a picture of the trout, which I wish we could have seen as well. Matthias comes on to talk about all the things he's working on and giving an update with. We see combat, avatar, UI, and motion matching, and he tells us all these things are progressing quite nicely. Mark from marketing came on to talk about all the brands and logos that he's been working on, and my, has he been busy. He's also being trained up on more cinematics, which we should see more of every month, talking about brands and lore. Yonan went over some of the updates with the weapons, and there's a lot that goes into them, particularly with animations, things such as reloading and recoil. He did show the team some internal footage over the ballistics and pulse weapons being fired, and there's a few things that I want to go over with some of the weapons that we're expecting to see. First one's going to be ballistic weapons. These are going to be high damage, less ammo, and are going to have high projectile speed. Then we have pulse weapons, which are going to be high capacity, less damage, and are going to be a bit slower. Then we have charge weapons, which have their own built-in reactor, so ammo is not an issue, however it will take a while to charge up to shoot. Then we have beam weapons, which will give a constant stream of damage, but it's going to be light damage. Then we have quantum weapons, which David said we'll talk about it in the future. Let's get to community questions. Question 1. Will the knife on the Blackhorn tactical backpack be a usable item? There will be certain aesthetics in the game that are not going to be usable. When we see knives, those are going to be something you find in your inventory. Question 2. The wiki says that some buildings can only go on large lots. Won't that limit the availability of those buildings? You have all the towns in different sections. One town will always have access to one of these facilities. However, you just may have to travel a bit to get to one of these facilities. Question 3. How will the material card feature work in-game? And will the hair move just like the clothes in the new upgrade? You will see better hair movement with the new avatar upgrade. For the material cards, you can collect these and swap them out with the different materials of different clothes that you collect. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this episode of Cornucopias Universe, Copi Cafe recap over Copi Cafe number 121. I hope you guys enjoyed this content, and I hope to see you next week. Until then, stay corny.